chat pulled up here. Hold, please.
Hold, please. Hold, please.
I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening or morning, whatever it is when you're watching this program.
I hope you have your coffee at all times.
Please. Or wine.
Or wine.
Or water.
You know.
Get your water.
Get your cleansey cleanse.
All right, the chat is pulled up. So we'll be able to see the chat. We're gonna give this a couple moments before we really start getting into the gig, okay? Can we get a cheers though?
Oh, absolutely.
Andouali.
Andouali.
Get your water, okay? Or your vodka or your tonic, okay? Whatever you need.
Whatever you're supposed to be doing. You know?
Your gin, if you will.
You know?
Okay.
Okay.
That's G-I-N, gin.
Okay.
Or is that D-J-I-N-N, gin? Okay.
Well,
okay.
well. I'm so excited to talk about this.
I am too. I feel like it's been a long time coming.
I mean, we've been talking about this for a while in general.
Yes.
And coming to Mother Isis, talking with Mother Isis, the times, the trials, the ups, the downs, the tribulations.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And tonight, okay, we're very excited. This is the topic that I have definitely wanted to talk about, but I'm even more excited to talk about it with my beautiful, wonderful coven sister, okay? So you guys know, if you already know me, you already know, but if you're new to my channel, my name is Jasmine. I'm a practicing witch and HP. Here we go, okay? That's my intro. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm a tarot reader, rune reader. Also, I teach the runes class, the Elder Futhark runes. And I'm just all around eclectic witch, here to do the work.
Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about Isis, Goddess Isis, Mother Isis.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to be sharing our experiences with this goddess, how we came to this goddess, some of this goddess's mythology, correspondence, ways to work with her,
Honey.
ways to invite Mama Isis into your space.
Always and forever.
Okay. So we're going to first start. I have this book here, and I love this book so much. I actually got this from Half Price Books for $7.99. Okay. And in this book, it talks about various different pagan or old god holidays and festivals. And I think that this book is so valuable because it offers you more than just the Wheel of the Year. It gives you a nice additional layer into your witchcraft. And here in this book, one of the holidays, and the reason why I have this is because we have the birthday of Isis, okay, which takes place on August 15th.
Hello.
And I'm going to read you this passage from the Grandmother of Time book. Highly recommend this book. The goddess Isis was said to have been born on this day, August 15th, which is also called the Festival of Lights.
Ooh.
Or the blessing of the boats.
Honey.
In her temples in Egypt, many candles and lights were lit in celebration of her life-giving powers. If you own a boat or are about to travel on the sea, take a little incense and encircle the smoke within your boat.
Hello.
Frankincense and myrrh are traditional.
Honey, always.
And I feel like in the modern times, we could supplement boat for car.
Hello.
Okay, for the road trip.
Honey.
Okay.
Honey.
Bless your property with frankincense and myrrh and allow yourself as well in the name of Isis of the sea. Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. It's quick and to the point, but I remember when you got this book
It's a really nice book.
and I saw that and I was like, oh, okay. Because we're talking about the boats, we're talking about the seafaring.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a lot of people think of Isis being, little siren energy.
Aquatic, if you will.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, if you think of your Starbucks logos, dare I say, that could just be Isis. You know what I mean? Just an idea, something I've thought of.
Something to ponder.
Mm-hmm.
So we're also going to be pulling some cards, okay, from the Isis Oracle. But first, we're going to talk about our experiences with Isis, how we came to know Isis, and how we utilize Isis in our practice if we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a real priestess tea.
Hello.
This is a real witch tea right here.
All right.
This is a good Kemetic pagan tea right
Okay.
here, okay? So show us some love. Make sure you like this video, share this video, comment down below. Let us know that you are here. If you are interested in hearing Isis's message for you, make sure you leave that comment down below and we will pull some Isis Oracle cards for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So excited.
So how did you come to know Isis? What is your coming to Isis story?
Well, Helen. Well, okay. It didn't start off with Isis. It basically, my journey in the craft in general basically started with bass. And as I basically started learning more about bass, so, had to know Isis. She was basically all over the blogs, all over the Pinterest boards, the Etsy. I'm like, well, let me get to know her. Let me know her a little bit more. But, I was still a little hesitant, you know what I mean, when it came to tarot and all the other divination styles. So I went Oracle. And actually, the Isis Oracle was my first deck that I bought for myself. And I think just like that little time that I spent with that deck, I say little in the sense of like, it just seems like so many moons ago. But I mean, that literally opened the way to my path to her. But then Isis, I think, because I was getting interested in her, she was a little bit interested in me and why I'm being nosy. You know what I mean? So I actually had a wild experience while being at work. And I was like reading about Isis in the Isis Oracle deck and looking over the cards as you do. I'm a lunchy break. Lunchtime. And I got to the card and I know what it looks like, but it basically looks like going within the Temple of Healing. And look, as witches, we all have wild experiences. Mine just so happened to be that, somehow I went in that temple. Okay. Somehow I was a part of that temple. Somehow she was there with me. She put her beautiful, wings around me. I was embraced. Next thing you know, I was back at lunch. A good maybe 5-10 minutes went by. And after that, I was like, well, okay. I guess this is the craft. And that was Isis. And she came a knocking. So after a while, I started looking at that card a little bit more differently. I started, low-key doing like little small readings for people that I knew or cared about with this deck. And I just started understanding her. And then I just had other little books coming to me. Feast of Light by Normandi Ellis. I had like the Anubis Oracle came to me. It just seemed like serendipitous. It seemed like I got the call. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not about to, I'm not hanging up. I'm picking up, Mama. Hello. Hello, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. I'm here to do the work. How can I help you? What can I do for you? You know? And, as time went on, she, really influenced a lot of my path. Like that ended up being my first pantheon that I fell in love with. And I fell in love with her. And her divine guidance pretty much got me through some of the worst times of my life. Still does. And I still feel her protection. I have like a statue of her that was given to me. Very lucky to even have that, and it just worked out. It's just a harmonious relationship that I have with her. That's Mama Isis forever and ever. Amen Ra.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, walaikum salam.
So for me, and I think that Sid, I think you can attest to this. You know what I mean? Growing up in our family, Comedicism was very prominent. Very, very prominent. And for those of you who are watching, who know me personally, or Sid can also speak to this. If you ever come to my grandma's house, like you see, you see it,
It's everywhere.
You see the papyrus, the canopies.
Oh, honey.
You know what I mean? The busts of Tut.
Oh, yes.
The scarabs.
Oh.
And so I very much grew up with an appreciation for Egyptology and an appreciation for Comedicism. And my grandmother especially is who really brought me into actualization of the pantheon and who told me some of the old stories of the gods. And like, I love her canopy jars.
They're so beautiful.
And I love her bust of Hatshepsut.
Oh.
And
the history.
Yeah, a lot of history. And, I mean, there's property in Cairo too. Okay? Things you find out later, right? So, growing up, it was always just kind of a part of us. Of Upper and Lower Egypt and Old Egypt. It was just kind of talked about, right? But I don't think I actually came to the gods of Kemet or the gods of Egypt until much later. Because for me, as a child, like, yeah, I grew up around this. And there were relics and papyrus in our homes. But to me, it was so much more just kind of cultural, you know what I mean, than religious.
Right.
And it was more of like a nod to our ancestry.
Hello.
Versus as I've gotten older, I think I've connected more in my polytheism to these gods. And I think I was probably about, I'm going to say 13 or 14 when I first really actualized Isis. In the sense of Isis being a sovereign deity. Versus Isis just being like an archetypal figure in mythology. Because up until that point, she was always a mythological figure for me. And as a 13-year-old child, I'm seeing Isis as this divine mother of agriculture and fertility and magic and healing and ruling over, fertility and hidden mysteries. And yeah, I don't think it was until I was about 14 until I really realized, like, this is a energetic vibration and force that can be worked with, and is on par with Allah or God or Brahma, as we grew up with. And Isis, for me, really kind of came into my life when I started kind of becoming my own person in my teenage years. And when I started realizing who I was and who I wasn't, and who society conditioned me to be versus who I really am. And so, you know, coming out, not of the broom closet, but of the LGBTQ, X, Y, and Z closet. As, you know, a trans person, as a pan person, I feel like Isis was very much like my shepherd in the way that she kind of nurtured me to become the woman that I've always been, and nurtured me to accept my own sexuality as well. So that's really, I think, when I met Isis. And since then, you know, I haven't necessarily worked with specifically Isis intentionally. You know, I've worked with the Kemetic Pantheon. You know, I love Sobek.
Honey, yes.
Okay, you know, I love Wachit. Okay.
Little Anubis
But
here and there.
Isis specifically, you know, have I done a great deal of work with her? No. You know, I haven't done a great deal of work with her. I appreciate her as a goddess. I appreciate her as divinity. You know what I mean? Like, I pay homage to her.
Absolutely.
And I connect with her ancestrally. And especially, you know, I mean, we grew up with Kemeticism, but once I actually took a DNA test and found out, like, oh, okay, we actually do have some Egyptian in our bloodline. Like, it's not just a lust for Egyptology. Like, there's some real tea there. I looked into Kemeticism more. And while there are some other gods of Kemet that have spoken to me more, like I said, like Sobek, like Wachit, like Sekhmet, you know, Isis is still the mother.
Absolutely.
Isis is still who brought me there. So, yeah, that's kind of my coming to Isis story.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Just like you.
You know.
You know.
So we have this Goddess and Sirens book with us.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
And Sydney, would you read us our passage for Isis
Okay.
from Alana Fairchild?
Okay. From the Alana Fairchild. Okay. We have Isis of protection. Okay. Hallelujah. You are loved and protected even through the most difficult of trials. This is a time for healing. You need mothering or to use your mothering energy. Magic is what? Happening.
Yalla.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
There's a passage in there.
Oh, you want to go further? Okay, let's go further.
So Isis is the daughter of the sky goddess Nut and the earth god Geb. As the wife of Osiris, she is one of the most enduring symbols of loving motherhood, dedicated wifehood, and feminine protective energy. This is what we're saying here, right? Isis's love and devotion to Osiris after his brother Set killed and dismembered him is a central story in the mythology of the ancient Egyptians. Ancient, okay.
You mean current?
The storm god Set became jealous of Osiris and killed him in his rage. Set dismembered the body, hiding the pieces so that Osiris could not be resurrected. When Isis discovered that her husband had been murdered, her grief was immense.
Okay.
Some say her tears triggered the Nile's annual flood. Not satisfied that her great love would never attain eternal life, Isis traveled the earth looking for the pieces of Osiris. she found him piece by piece. Advised by the god of knowledge, Thoth,
Hello.
she cast a powerful spell
Hello.
which brought her husband back to life long enough for her to conceive a son.
Oh.
Okay, necromancy.
Oh, you mean Horus?
Horus.
Okay.
Osiris retreated back into the underworld, where he ruled from then on.
Hello.
As a result, her role of assisting the newly formed Lord of the Dead, okay, we're talking about infernal names.
Hello.
We're talking about dark lords.
Hello.
Okay. Isis became a protectress of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Many psychography featured of her image with mighty outstretched wings, extending her energy and protecting the body. Kind of reminds me of some Valkyries, with the wings. As the mother of Horus, she is often depicted breastfeeding him or cradling him lovingly.
Mm.
Again, symbols of feminine protection and influence. Graham's has some papyrus of that depiction exactly.
Oh, yes.
Over her piano, you remember?
I do remember. That was a beautiful, beautiful time.
So the cult of Isis spread all over Egypt and extended into Greece and Italy and the surrounding areas.
Hello.
Major temples were constructed in her honor in Philae, as far away as Delos in Greece. Priestesses of Isis were known for their healing skills.
Hello. Doing the work.
Okay, even back then.
Honey,
Okay.
always doing the work.
Okay, herbalism,
Hello.
midwifery,
Hello.
nursing.
Hello. The
Okay.
priesthood. The priestess.
When you are fearful or in need of protection, call upon this great goddess. Ask her for her help when you feel the eyes of judgment on you.
Ooh.
Honey, the evil
Levi.
eye,
Oh.
on the same wavelength, but when you need some extra armor or when you feel particularly vulnerable,
Oh.
allow her wings to surround you and protect you. If you are feeling physically threatened in any way, it is important that you find someone you trust to help you. Living with the real threat of physical violence is unhealthy and others can help you put a stop to it. There's a disclaimer here in the book.
Hello.
We appreciate that, Alana.
Yes.
Okay. So talking about the shadow side of Isis.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, let's get in deep.
Let's get a little clang clang. Okay.
Oh,
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
The shadow side. Even though Isis used all of her skills to find and revive Osiris, she could not keep him alive with her forever.
Mm-hmm.
And he retreated and became the god of the underworld. Sometimes, no matter how much we may try to protect someone, things do not turn out as we wish.
Ooh.
You may see an older sibling exhibiting what you see as poor or destructive behavior. Or a friend acting in wild ways that seem out of character, and you may try to protect that person.
Oh.
Only to have your opinion or help rejected.
Oh.
While we may mean well and even be right, people need to learn life's lessons on their own.
Ooh.
It may well be a karmic situation that is resolving itself or a key life skill that someone is learning while we watch.
Oh.
In the case of behavior that is harmful to themselves or others, you should inform someone else you trust to help you resolve the situation. Another disclaimer here about domestic violence, okay?
Ooh.
So talking about some of Isis symbols. Actually,
Okay.
let's break down what we just talked about.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so starting with Isis first, we have the story of Isis and Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of people don't realize the occultism of Isis.
Mm-hmm.
They see Isis as purely a fertility figure.
Mm-hmm.
They see Isis as purely an agricultural based goddess, a
Well, yeah.
land based goddess.
Yeah.
But I think that she literally performed necromancy.
Hello.
She literally went to the afterlife
You know?
to bring her husband back
I mean...
and put him back together piece by piece.
Hello.
If that is not occultism and witchcraft, and if that is not a goddess who is connected to spirits,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what is.
I'm
Okay?
like...
Think about it.
I'm like, there is light to Isis, but there is also equal shadow.
Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining.
Hello, hello.
I think that, to me, I wouldn't necessarily consider Isis into the archetype of dark goddess,
Mm-hmm.
but I would consider her in the archetype of mother goddess,
Mm-hmm.
and also a mother of witches.
Hello.
And probably even to put it better, maybe not necessarily mother of witches, but of priestesses.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's more about the priestesshood,
Mm-hmm.
more about the priesthood, more about the medicine, the healing, because to me, and the first card I ever pulled from this deck,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the first stories I actually learned about Isis, even well before I even had this deck,
Mm-hmm.
was the story of the scorpions.
Oh.
That was the first story I learned about Isis. Even before I
Iconic.
even knew Osiris's name,
Mm-hmm.
I learned of her power over the 7,000 scorpions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
The 10,000, the 7,000,
Okay, okay.
the 700, the 300. Okay.
There's a lot of them.
The scorpions. And her ability to pull the poison out and instead put medicine in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that kind of placates into my previous lives of talking about the difference between medicine and poison is the dose.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Because scorpions I view as highly, highly, highly sacred.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, her shadow side.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney, I see Isis's shadow side as the relationship between an empath and a narcissist.
Ooh, child, the goddess.
Okay, whether it is romantically,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know, because she kind of was abandoned by her husband.
Auntie, he literally left to go to a party. Okay. Fell into his own brother's trap. You know, as one does. You know, next thing you know, he's just sailing down the Nile. Broken into pieces, cut up. In a coffin fit for what? Him. Well, you see, that's kind of what happens, you know, when you tell someone you love, hey, maybe not mess with those people. Maybe not talk to that person. I don't know. There's something's not right. Okay. And you see what happens. You definitely see what happens. I think too. I agree with the empath and narcissist type of relationship because that hits in different levels for many people.
Right, and I think it can be like the book said too, whether it's romantic between romantic sexual partners or also siblings
Oh yeah.
or friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think it's very much the shadow side of Isis to me is wanting to heal someone who cannot be healed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have situations that come up in our life where we might want to help someone or heal someone, but it is not our duty to do that.
No.
It is not our responsibility to do that. And I think the shadow side of Isis is like the savior complex of wanting to
Ooh.
heal everyone,
Yeah.
fix everyone, of wanting to bring the scorpion's poison out of the person when it's really not our responsibility.
It's not.
And
They have to do
sometimes
that
there's
work.
nothing we can do about that venom.
Yeah, they have to do their own work. If they even know or acknowledge or even want help, they have to come up with that themselves. They have to be ready for that part of the process. The most of you wanting it for them is beautiful, but it's also like the energy can be put into you honestly minding the business that pays you until that person's ready. and working with them when they are ready, if they ever will be. You have to look out for you in that kind of situation so you don't get sucked or even poison yourself for what they're going through.
So some of the symbols, right?
Okay.
We have the Ankh.
Of course.
The good Ankh, babe.
Of course.
The good Ankh. Which I also have tattooed on my back.
Girl, and mine on my arm.
Okay.
You know?
And if we weren't live, I could insert a photo
You know?
of our Ankh tattoos, which we both got before we even knew each other.
Literally.
So that's a testimony to which is really attracting each other.
Hello.
Okay. So the Ankh, of course, I think the Ankh could represent most Kemetic gods.
Absolutely.
You know?
That entire pantheon, honestly.
Yeah. Now, more specifically with Isis, we have the outstretched wings.
Hello.
I also have several pairs of wings tattooed
You know?
on my arm. And it wasn't until a person at Best Buy was like, "You like wings?" And I was like, "Huh?" And they were like, "You've got like 6 pair." I'm like, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, "I guess I do."
Yeah. You're like, I gotta take flights sometimes.
You know? We also have the knot of Isis, which is the Taif. The throne and the hieroglyphic symbol of roses. Okay.
Wait.
So those are some symbols for Isis. The Ankh, the outstretched wings, the knot of Isis, also known as the Taif, the throne hieroglyphic symbol,
Her
as the
horns.
mother of all gods in Kemeticism, essentially.
The horns that she wears. Come on now.
And roses. So roses, I mean, typically when I leave offerings to Isis, it's frankincense and myrrh. You know, but I think roses would be a good offering too.
Like, the roses honestly threw me off because I've always had an attraction for the scent of roses, and I have a ton of rose incense, so I'm like, oh, well, add that to the Isis altar. You know, we've just been putting that up for, you know, the good offering in general.
Right. So we also have an invocation for y'all tonight. Okay. So once again, if you're new here, my name is Jasmine. Her name is
Sydney.
And we are talking about Isis and being a priestess and working with the divine feminine of Kemeticism, the mother of all gods.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Hi.
And we are specifically working from the Grandmother of Time and the Alana Fairchild Goddesses and Sirens book. One of the reasons why I love Goddesses and Sirens oracle cards is that not only do you get a mantra, but you also get backstory, history, information, and you get the shadow side, and you get symbols, and then you also get this wonderful invocation for all of these goddesses.
Hello.
So when you need protection or feel someone in your life could use a little extra too, you can invoke Isis to help. You'll need some rose petals
Hello.
or some rose incense on a charcoal,
Probably both.
a dark pink or gold candle, maybe even a rose gold. Okay.
You know, I got a couple of those at home ready to burn.
You first want to start by taking a nice cleansing salt bath or shower to cleanse yourself. Relax and light the candle while you are taking your ritual bath and say, Mother Isis, Mother Isis,
Mother Isis,
Daughter of the Infinite,
Daughter of the Infinite,
Nut,
Nut,
Daughter of the Earth-rich Geb,
Daughter of the Urch-rich Geb,
Wife of Osiris,
Wife of Osiris,
whom you healed
whom you healed
and gave life to.
and gave life to.
Stretch your wings around me.
Stretch your wings around me.
I ask for your protection.
I ask for your protection.
So then you're going to light your rose incense and allow the smoke to rise. And once it does, you're going to say, as you watch above,
As you watch above,
as you nourish your children,
as you nourish your children,
I humbly ask
I humbly ask
for your love
for your love
and your protection.
and your protection.
So then you're going to tell Isis what your needs are and be truthful and feel all that you need to feel. Know that Isis is compassionate and powerful, Imagine her wrapping her wings around you, giving you love, giving you energy. Okay, and then you're going to say, I am not afraid.
I am not afraid.
I am not afraid.
I am not afraid.
You are with me,
You are with me,
Goddess.
Goddess.
Then you stay in Isis's loving embrace as long as you need to, and take your time. When you are ready, or when Isis unfolds her wings, give her thanks, give her offerings. Know that she is watching over you and will respond, and you can repeat this invocation when you need to.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have
energy.
we have a couple comments here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
let's
I'm
address.
sorry that we've kind of neglected the chat.
Just got swept up in the wings of Isis.
Queen of Pentacles in 1992 says, Jazz, Sid, not to change the subject at all. I'm here for this, but maybe here soon can you guys discuss Raw? He's reached out plenty and I don't know how to connect back. Definitely could use the Priestess's help.
Oh,
Absolutely.
girl, of course.
We can definitely talk about Raw. I mean, that's kind of the focal point.
Honey.
And commit.
I mean, literally the sun, babe.
Literally.
Literally.
Okay.
Feel his rays.
And we're coming up on his time.
We are.
With
we are
winter
coming.
solstice approaching, the rebirth of the sun.
Honey, come on.
Okay, we can definitely do that, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Zen Loves Fun said, hi, ladies. Random Witch said, pulls up with my tea ready. Good looking honky says, Jasmine, hi, honey. Peter North here, old adult film star. Great stream tonight, guys. Thanks, Peter. William Renfrey says, hello, very interesting. Missy Enchanted Channel says, hi.
Hey.
Thank you guys for joining. The Rogue Mason, random question. What do you think of Blavatsky's work, Isis Unveiled? I appreciate it for what it is. I appreciate it for what it is. And that's what I'm going to say about that. Okay? Okay. So we do have the Isis Oracle cards. And Sydney, go ahead and shuffle those.
Okay. Oh, please,
Go ahead and
oh,
shuffle
please.
those.
Oh, please, oh, please. You know I love a good shuffle. Okay. These were this being my first deck, this was the first deck that taught me how to shuffle. Okay, I can't do these beautiful party tricks and these like.
Well, they're big cards.
They are, you know what I mean? But even when I got to tarot, a little slim down type of card, like I just got to the point where I was like, our hands are too small. You see that? Just these good earth hands are good for certain things. They're better for doing this.
Okay. So Sid and I are both going to pull a couple cards to invoke Isis energy.
Hello.
And speak for Isis. But if you guys have questions that you would like us to pull some cards on, it is going to be free tonight. Okay? So if you would like to receive an Isis message, just comment down below. And for those of you watching this when it's not live, this is only while we are live streaming.
Yes.
Okay? So while we are live streaming, we will pull some cards from Isis for you. Okay? I need you to comment down below. Okay? Make sure that you like this video and share this video and subscribe to the channel.
Please.
And also YouTube has been on some really weird shayateen lately, and they have been making it to where when I go live, not everyone gets notified.
Wild. Oh, so they don't want you to grow.
Right. Like some of my subscribers have been getting the notification. Some of the subscribers have not been. So if you really want to make sure that you're up to date on everything Jasmine Ambrosia, everything Third Eye Fortune, everything Solar Court of the Coven, I need you to hit that bell and hit all notifications.
Hello.
Not personalized.
No.
Because personalized works with the algorithms.
Right.
So
if you like certain things.
Right. So if you're only subscribed to me, you might not see all my content.
Ooh.
You have to hit the all notifications
Hit the
on the
all.
bell. Okay, so I'm going to take a brief intermission here. I'm going to leave y'all with Sydney. You guys
Okay.
are in good hands.
Okay.
Okay. And when I come back, we are going to be pulling some cards. But like I said, if you would like an Isis message, comment down below and we will get to you. Sydney and I are both going to be pulling cards, talking about Isis, and I'm going to leave you with her while I take a brief intermission.
Okay.
Okay. So she can see the chat right here.
Mm-hmm.
And she can answer some questions. We got a question right here from Random Witch.
Okay.
What is your opinion of going through a spiritual death and rebirth ceremony while having the help of Isis? Oh, baby, I think you can speak to that. Inshallah. Mashallah. Hamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yallah.
Okay, Random Witch. So your question is,
And Random Witch is the good Judy of mine, too.
I've seen her. I've seen her
Yes.
around. I'm like,
Yes,
okay.
them.
I've seen
Yeah.
them around. Okay. So we have, what is your opinion of Isis? Ooh, child. Okay. Personally, I feel like, so let me see. It's rough. It is rough. I feel like probably for my own experience, from the times I've had really traumatic pain, dealt with like different forms of heartbreak, of losing somebody, losing a family member, a loved one, or like now somebody is basically becoming an ancestor. Like the help of Isis is like, it was basically key for me, because I'm the type of person, and at least in those type of experiences, I feel like you always need the number one thing that Isis always provides, which is compassion. Let me make sure I have this right too. Yeah, like whether you're having a spiritual death, you know what I mean? Kind of letting go of like who you used to be, who you were many moons ago is not the person who you are now. Having Isis kind of by your side, having her wings enfold around you is the protection, but also the guidance, because like kind of through these, and bear with me as you kind of like have this visualization of Isis with her wings wrapped around you, kind of like in the excerpt that we read from the Goddess and Sirens deck, you pretty much are having this full of understanding that you are loved through all the phases of you, through all the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, as above, so below, as within, so without, within your life. And she kind of like opens her wings up while you're ready, or when you feel like you're starting to feel like you're ready, those wings will start to unfold for you, and you'll start to be able to see what your path is supposed to be as opposed to what it was. I hope that kind of like answers the question. At least from like my experience, it just kind of seemed like I lost a part of me, but Isis honored that, and I learned how to honor that with her, by learning that I was loved, divinely guided, and always protected at all times, and that no matter who I would become or where I've come from, that I had that love and compassion, that kind of Empress energy that Isis gives. I hope that answered your question. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Because I can be pulling these cards, which, by the way, these cards are beautiful. Take a look at this. Take a look at the back of these cards. Look at the scarab. Okay, these are, what? Beautiful. Like, oh my goodness, they always get to me every time I see one. Also too, make sure that if you have any other questions, you know, please comment below, and I can view the chat from here and kind of see what's going on and give you a message from Isis. I will also say, for Random Witch, I kind of want to pull this card because I looked at it, had a little peek, had a little moment, and literally the card that we've been talking about, that Jazz was talking about, the power over 7 scorpions came up. And we have the power to conjure lower vibrational forces. Look how beautiful this card is. Look at her. She is over you, protecting you, guiding you through all the pain, through any suffering that you're feeling. Always divinely guided and protected. So let's see. I'm also reading your comment right now. Hold, please. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is a lot. Honestly, this is a lot of like letting go of these vibrations, but also too learning how to maybe even conjure them for your work. I mean, when it comes to a spiritual death or in the death in the physical or the astral, you're losing different parts of you so that a new you can reform and grow, so that you can change and metamorphosize into who your next step is supposed to be, essentially. I hope that makes sense. That card is really calling for you too. And she's over. It's kind of like she's always over you. That's kind of how I feel. Even when I work with other deities and like having like an eclectic practice and working with other gods, I feel like she's always there. And I feel like she's always kind of giving me the push with the wings, saying like, this is your next step. This is the next time for you to, you know, awaken yourself. This is like your new point of view that you're going to be given.
Oh, is that the card?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, let me pull this card so they could see the backs, and looky here, our power over 7 scorpions.
That was the first card I ever pulled from this deck. And I love the imagery of this card.
It is.
It is so beautiful.
It is so beautiful. It's
I'm
time
gonna light
to
up
let
some
go.
Bakor, y'all.
Okay, the Bakor. Random Witch, I think it is a sign. I think it's time to let go, you know? As they say, kind of let go and let the gods. I mean, maybe this is like Isis just telling you that it's your time to, you know, open yourself up to a whole new version of you. And what a beautiful time to do so, you know? As we are in the dark half of the year and as the sun is going to grow for winter solstice, I mean, it's a beautiful time to get back and find who you're ready to be next.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. If anyone has any other questions, you know, feel free to comment below. Jazz is lighting up the Bakor. Okay. For the ancestors. Oh. If anybody else has any other questions, you know, I got the full deck here, but. Ooh, okay, with the Bakor.
Okay.
The Bakor.
Come get these blessings.
Okay, okay. Cleanse your space with this, you know. My favorite thing about Bakor is like the literal energetic shift I feel when you use it.
Because it's so sacred, it's so ancient.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's a way to contact your sahir.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's a way to tap into the forbidden knowledge.
Ooh.
Okay? The practices of the ancients. To work with the jinn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To do a little connection here.
Oh.
Okay, that's how we cleanse.
Okay, cleanse the space. Okay, as
Y'all
above.
have heard of sage, but have you heard of Bakor?
Okay.
Okay, there's more than one way to cleanse a space.
Hello.
Okay, you don't always need to use sweetgrass.
Okay.
So we're gonna let this Bakor burn, and we're gonna pull some more Isis cards. This is really my card, though. This
Literally.
one.
Literally.
We were just talking about this.
As
too.
you left too,
So
I was
it's
like,
so
well.
funny, Random, that you came in and you got this card. And Random, you're so welcome, and I love you so much. And you are very dear to my heart. And you know this. You know this. Random and I have been friends for 3-4 years.
Okay.
And Random has done so much for the Eclectic Witch community on YouTube.
Mm.
And I hope and I pray, inshallah,
Inshallah.
that maybe next time we're in Ohio, we can link up.
Please. Pretty please.
Because I would
Pretty,
like to
pretty
go
please.
back to the Raymond Buckland Museum of Witchcraft.
Hello.
And maybe we can like come snag you before we go to Cleveland.
Please.
Random.
Pretty please.
If you would be down, Random, for a in-person hafla,
Okay.
a little party,
Okay.
please let me know. Because Sydney and I, my good coven folk and I,
Okay.
and maybe some other coven folk from the SC,
Hello.
are trying to go back out
Honey.
to the Raymond Buckland Museum because some of the coven folk weren't able to go last time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we want to go again, and that is in Ohio. So, Java65 said, love Alana Fairchild. I have the Kuan Yin Oracle. I wonder if she and Isis are the same deity showing up in different cultures.
Honestly, yes, in my opinion. And also, too, don't forget Freya. Okay.
Yeah, I could see the similarity between Kuan Yin and Isis because Kuan Yin, the compassionate one, Kuan Yin, the mother of forgiveness.
Hello.
Also, Kuan Yin is a little LGBT as well.
Yeah.
Because in
absolutely.
Kuan Yin's mythology, they're very shape-shifty
Okay.
in their gender expression.
Okay.
If you look into that. And Isis, I think, is not necessarily the same way as that, but I think that Isis does shepherd our LGBT sisters of the night, brothers of cloak, and kin of the craft.
Honey, always.
Okay. So the Rogue Mason says, what is it that Isis wants me to know about my path in life and relationships?
Oh.
Okay, so let's get a card for life path for the Rogue Mason.
Ooh.
Mother of life.
Mother of life.
With the good Ankh, the wings of Isis, Rogue Mason.
So our nourishment of the golden grain mother. I mean, I feel like this is very that Empress energy that Isis has. Very much maybe
Very
nourishing.
agriculture.
Nourishing your path. Maybe now it's like a lot of things are starting to grow and change. Maybe your endeavors are starting to mold and shift to a point where this is the road you're supposed to be on. And maybe Isis is kind of using her wings and a little bit of the wind, you know what I mean, to kind of push you into the areas you wouldn't think you're supposed to be a part of.
Well, I think it's very much also, if I might add, about manifestation and like really tending to your metaphysical crops, really tending to your own soil, and whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, you know that you can manifest that and that you have the ability to manifest that. And this is, in my opinion, a very good omen by Isis of saying that like your fields are ready to be sowed, that you are ready to take this next step in your life. So in terms of relationships,
Okay, let's get a card. Oh.
the truth's unveiled.
Okay, well, this is interesting because we also seem to have Set here. Okay, well.
What is the
intuitively,
guidance of the card, though? What's it say?
I mean, the revelation of Isis.
Yeah. Okay. So, like the wool coming off from your eyes.
Yeah.
Seeing things for how they really are. And we do have Set on there.
Yeah.
We do have some chaotic energy. We do have some energy of malevolence on there, of trickery on there.
I feel like this is very much like Jazz is saying, like very much seeing people for who they really are when it comes to relationships, knowing who you want in your life, whatever type of relationship that is. It can be platonic, romantic, however you do. But this is you being able to use that third eye and being able to be like, look, I'm not with it when it comes to you. I'm with it when it comes to certain people, but you're not it. You are not fit for my life. You're better off doing your own thing, or I'm doing my own thing, and call it a truce at that point. I think it's also a bit of like every time you are coming up in different types of relationships, you may be seeing the same patterns. So that might be the wool coming off over your eyes and being like, I'm picking the same people with different names. Same energy, different person. You know, like we think they're different starting out, and then we go in and we're like, oh, we're in the same cycle.
I feel like it's also very much about like discernment as well. And, you know, whether it's relationships sexually, romantically, or platonically, really kind of vetting the energy that we allow in our space. And really.
Who needs to be here?
Yeah, exactly.
Who should really be a part of the party?
Okay, so go ahead and reshuffle all those cards.
Okay, take these two.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of them. Give them a good shuffle.
Okay. Love this deck though. Honestly, if you ever get a chance, just go ahead and get this deck. Just go ahead. If you want to connect with Isis, if you want to talk with her, speak with her, I fully recommend.
Why don't we both pull a card to see what Isis has to say, just in general?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'll take this one.
You keep
Power over 7 scorpions, you guys. I told you this was my card.
Let's see what I got. Oh,
Mother of life. Okay, with the
okay.
fertility,
Okay,
the
I'm-
agriculture, the manifestation.
I guess I got work to do. I mean, I really did shuffle. I did my best, but
We saw you shuffling, girl.
I
We
was
saw you
doing my
shuffle.
doing my work. Apparently, I have some a few crops to be putting in my
Some work to do.
Got the work. As a witch, I feel like you always have work to do, but you always have time to rest. Isis is basically just like, girl, do the work.
So, okay, show this card again and tell them what, oracally, intuitively, you feel like this card means and what this card means for you. Oh, and show the back. Have you guys seen the backs of these cards?
Honey, that's why I was
I
showing.
love the Sacred Scarab.
Okay, isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. Just beautiful work. Beautiful. While it's also the knot of Isis. Okay, with our occult symbolism. Hello. For me, with this being like our mother of life, this like whole nourishment of the golden grain mother, I mean, it looks like I've got work to do when it comes to my own manifestations. So the type of manifestations could be work, career, you know, maybe my life in general, maybe a new roadmap. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to start putting the seed into the ground, you know, which I mean, kind of makes sense for me.
And we had this card also for Rogue Mason as well. So
Something about this time of year.
yeah.
It might just be the best time to really, you know, tend to the crops early. You know what I mean? Like, it is a new moon. You know, time to maybe start some new beginnings in all different forms of relationships, when meeting new people, you know, get my YouTube going, crafting magic.
Please.
You know.
I've been trying to tell her. Get
I'm
on
here.
YouTube.
I'm here. I got to do the work better. This basically Isis is like, you know, do the work and do it more often.
And you guys, once I get my coven sister over here to get on YouTube, y'all better go subscribe. Okay?
I mean, if you'd like to find me, I am on Crafted Magic. It's Crafted Magic
Spell
on
it.
YouTube. CraftonMagick. So yes, I am also on Facebook, you know, been doing readings from our store. You know what I mean? I'm getting immersed, and it's just time for me, I guess, to do the work.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
No.
And you're my daughter in the craft. Come
yes,
on now.
Yes, I'm coming through.
Come on.
I'm coming through. I gotta come a little faster.
It's funny because You know, this is not really for this video. I feel like this could be a whole other video. But I was actually a client of Sid's when we met. I was commissioning some local art from Sydney, and we met up at Starbucks, and I still have it. It's on my dresser.
Yeah.
And it's a little plaque that says, "To thy own self be true."
Yeah.
Because at the time, that was the medicine I needed. You know what I mean? So like having that was a reminder every single day to be myself and to be true to
Absolutely.
myself and to be
Absolutely.
authentic. Because as a Libra, we love to placate. We love to placate. Okay?
Helen.
Okay, so so my card is the power over 7 scorpions, which earlier, if you guys are watching this live, I told you guys this was very much like my card.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much.
Isis just confirming it.
Because this was the first mythology I actually learned about Isis, was her power to remove the venom.
Hello.
Through spoken prayer, through sihr,
Oh.
through magic. You know what I mean? The power to remove the venom of the scorpion. So that was the first mythology that I learned. And then the first card I ever pulled from this deck was this card. So for me to get this again, and here's the card. I think it's really beautiful. So, and the guidance that we have on this card is power over 7 scorpions, which is in relation to the original story of Isis removing the venom of the scorpion. And if you guys don't know that story, I suggest that you look it up, the power over 7 scorpions. And then the guidance that we have here is the power to conjure lower vibrational forces. Okay. So what this card means for me is very much like the live video that I was talking about the other day, of the ability to turn venom into anti-venom. You know, we use snake venom to create medicine to cure the venom of a snake bite.
Absolutely.
So to me, this is very much that whole trope, that whole cliche version of those who can't hex can't heal.
Hello.
And those who can't heal can't
Can't
hex. It's very cliche, and I'm not saying that I support, you know, that idolatry, but I feel like that's very much the message of this card.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to suck the venom out, you have to know how to place the venom.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to know how to place the venom, you have to know how to remove the venom.
Hello.
And it's this duality of working with the scorpion's venom, working with lower vibrational forces.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So, and that's very on brand. Okay. The Rogue Mason says, "Thank you. I mean, the lady looked like you, Lady Ambrosia. Don't take that the wrong way. Are you talking about your relationship question?" Rogue. Lafayette rules life. Put out the energy you want in your life. You put out negative energy, you will receive negative energy. Put positive energy out, you will receive positive energy. Cards are an illusion.
Huh. Funny. Because, I mean, Isis is here, so I think he's just getting the wave. Honestly.
I agree with Lafayette in the sense that what you put out, you will receive.
Absolutely.
But the cards are not an illusion, Habibi.
Honey, no. That's
Min
kind
fadlik.
honey.
Nightlight Daydream says, "What is the next step I need to take in my life?" Well, let's get you a card.
Okay.
Let's see what Isis has to say.
Okay. Let's see. Well.
We're getting a lot of the same messages.
I mean, have you thought of a cleanse? Because look what came back up.
Yeah, maybe like a road opener or a blockbuster.
Hello. Have you been having difficulties discerning truth from reality, or even seeing these illusions and thinking that's the truth when it's really not? Is that what's going on per the card?
It also might feel like we have a lot of things in our way, you know, that we have a
Blocking.
lot of blockages or chaos, or that we need direction. And it is our time to rise and soar on the wings of Isis and conquer the set, conquer the chaos, conquer the misdirection and the confusion of Sit.
And I mean, do that with your magic.
So what I would say, Nightlight, is now would be a really good time to cleanse your space, to bless your space, and maybe do a road opener. You know what I mean? What is it that you really want in your life? Let's get an additional card for them.
Okay.
What is the next step moving forward after this?
Oh, portal of light. She glides on wings through time and space.
See, I was talking about the wings.
Hello. Hello.
You got to rise up on these wings. You got to overcome. You got to move forward. Okay? What you want for your life, you know in your heart of hearts what it is that you are wanting. Now is a time for you to first, like we talked about with Set, to cleanse your space, do a road opener and a cleansing. You know, clear all the obstacles and then pounce like Sekhmet
Hello.
onto what it is that you want. Okay, rise up on the wings of Isis and know that you are divinely protected and guided, and that what you are seeking to manifest will manifest, but you have to start first with jumping from the nest and trusting your own wings given to you by Isis to uphold you and prevent you from falling and crashing.
I mean, she is literally of compassion. Like, take those times where you feel like you're falling, you feel like you're not guided, you feel like you're being lost, and ask for that protection to open you up to what you need in your life. Once the cleansing and then the road opener have been done.
Nightlight Daydream said, I definitely need to cleanse, or I definitely need to clean and cleanse. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Shukran, Habiti.
Shukran. Shukran.
If any of you guys have any other questions, you know, just comment down below. Rogue Mason, it's not weird. You're fine. You are fine. It's not weird. Honestly, it would probably take a lot to weird us out.
Honestly.
Because we are the weird ones.
Mister.
Okay. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, and if you've already asked a question, you can ask more questions. Like I said, like we are here for you tonight.
Yeah.
We are here to pull cards tonight. So if there's any other questions, comment down below and ask your questions. Like you don't have to just ask one question. Okay?
You can do these follow-ups. It's fine.
Let's pull another card for Isis. What else does she have to say?
Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, Queen of Heaven. Okay, blessings from the Divine Empress of the Skies. Hello.
I love this card.
Honestly, what I love about this card is that this is literally doing the divinely guided work. Okay.
The priestess's work
Honestly.
and the priesthood.
But I think it's also kind of the conquering, but also in a way to where you master, you manage, you control what you need to fit in your life. I think Isis wants us all to work with, you know what I mean, this message so that we do more. You know, maybe if we're coming into management positions or, you know, finding ways to manage our own lives, that we're taking the time to take care of what's going on in our own version of our heaven, our sanctuary.
Yeah. I would agree. Let's see.
Oh,
Well.
that was my first card.
Stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority.
I mean, you got to be yourself. Because being you is going to be better than trying to be another person. That's wasted energy. Just be who you need to be, because you were put in this life to do different things and change this world.
Queen of Pentacles 1992 says, what advice would Isis give me about my life at the moment? Is there anything new I should know?
Okay. We want two
Or
cards.
is there anything new I should do?
Okay.
Let's start with one.
Okay. Okay. The first part of the question.
Isis advice.
Well.
The good wings of Isis, uniting the angelic self. Here is your card, Queen of Pentacles, 1992. To me, this is about rising up to your higher self, your psychic self, your astral self, astral projection, meditation, you know, really connecting with your third eye, really learning the ways of the Kundalini.
Hello.
You know, really connecting with your higher self and listening to your higher self, your higher subconscious self, and also practicing astral projection with flying on the wings of Isis through the night. So that would be the card that Isis has for you at this time. What should they be doing? Let's pull that.
Okay. Oh, Chariot of Ascension, the spiritual work of the higher initiate. Okay. So I love this card, and I love when people get this card, because not only are you doing the work, you are elevating your mind, your astral self, and going upon the call of duty. So if you are feeling divinely guided to be doing some type of work, it's going to challenge you to reach higher goals. It's going to challenge you to be, you know, at a different vibration that you would be. Isis is almost like challenging you and telling you to take this chariot with the Merkabah, okay, of the divine soul, okay, and to bring yourself forward into these higher vibrations so that you succeed in everything that you do.
Period. Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Go ahead and give the cards another good shuffle.
Okay.
So I want to thank all of you for joining us on tonight's live.
Hello, hello.
Okay. We are going to get off of here, but thank you again. Make sure you like this video, share this video. Check out the links below if you want to join the Patreon. If you want to check out the merch, check it out below. Thank you guys so much for joining, and you are so welcome, Queen of Pentacles. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be live again, okay? And we will come back with some more Priestess tea. So thank you guys for joining. We are going to eat some jafrisi and a little bit of basmati, a little bit of hummus. You know, we're going to have a nice little candlelit meal together as a magical family here. But I hope you guys all be well, take care, and blessed be.
Blessed be.